Well, holy, the $10,000 EIDL grant, as promised in the CARES Act, is now guaranteed as part of the latest COVID stimulus package that just got voted and approved last night. How do businesses apply for this grant? Who is eligible? And when will you see your money? All this and more in today's video. Hello and welcome to Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, volunteer paramedic, and once again, Bonnie and Clyde are down here assisting me with my video. You need to lay down, buddy. You got a goop in your eye. Well, my friends, this has been one heck of a long battle. After months of delays, Congress has finally delivered on the promised $10,000 EIDL grants, and they've made it completely clear in their new law that all eligible businesses will receive, wait for it, the full $10,000. None of this $1,000 per employee BS that the SBA pulled out of there. In yesterday's video, I summarized many of the programs in this stimulus package. Make sure you check that video, the link will be down in the description below, and you'll be able to find out all the other programs that are being offered. Right now, in this video, I'm going to focus on the EIDL grant and loan programs for small businesses. I'm also working on a video for PPP and direct stimulus checks, and those videos will come out very soon. Here's a snippet from the Act, and it says, in part, a covered entity shall receive a total of $10,000 under Section 1110, subsection E of the CARES Act. That is pretty clear. Congress wants these small businesses to receive the full $10,000. They further state that businesses get the grant even if they're denied for the loan or if they just decide not to take out the loan. There was a bit of confusion here when the CARES Act came out because it was strongly implied that you would receive the grant no matter what, but our good old friends at the SBA decided to completely ignore that part of the CARES Act. Now it is clear in law the SBA must give the full amount to all eligible small businesses. Now before I go any further, a quick reminder. As my regular viewers will know, I have a team of outstanding lawyers that I keep chained up in the basement. They get a little bit rowdy whenever I make a video. The only way to calm them down is to give this quick disclaimer. The videos in this video are exactly that. The videos in this video? Wow, I screwed up that disclaimer. Trying it again. The opinions in this video are exactly that, opinions. The video is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a lawyer. This is not financial, legal, or tax advice, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. I have spent most of the night and an awful lot of coffee reading the nearly 6,000-page document. Of course, I skimmed a lot of those pages. However, there's over 1,000 pages that apply directly to stimulus and small businesses. Because the document is so large, I may have overlooked something. If I did miss something, comment down below and let me know and point out what I've missed, and also make sure you give me the page number so I can actually go find it myself. I have linked to the PDF document down in the description so you guys can check it out. So far, here are the key takeaways that I see in this bill as it relates to EIDL. The $10,000 EIDL grant is back. And there is no longer a $150,000 cap on a loan amount. So if you should have received a higher amount due to your pre-pandemic income levels, you should be able to apply and receive the full loan amount, not just the $150,000. Now, to be eligible for the second round of EIDL loans and the grant, they have updated the verbiage on some of the requirements. Your small business must meet these requirements. Must be located in a low-income community. 2, has suffered an economic loss of greater than 30%. 3, employs not more than 300 employees. And 4, cannot be an agricultural business. The reason for that last one is they have different programs specifically for farmers. As I'm sure you will notice, these requirements are different from the first EIDL program back in the CARES Act. Specifically, this addresses many of the fraudulent grant requests that came in from fake businesses just looking to get the grant money. I covered how many scammers were claiming the $10,000 grants from the SBA in a previous video, and how this fraud caused the SBA to quickly run out of money and screwed over a ton of legitimate businesses. You can check out the link down in the description below. With these new requirements, you must show that your business had revenue back in 2019 and that it is down in 2020 by at least 30%. It should be a pretty simple process for most businesses that were open pre-pandemic. But it's going to prevent businesses that started their operations in late 2019, as you may not have had enough income in 2019 to be able to demonstrate the loss for this year. These new rules will also prevent large corporations from taking advantage of the EIDL program by limiting them to businesses with less than 300 employees. Then there's the requirement to be in a low-income community. This rule may trip up a lot of small businesses that are not located within one of these communities. So sadly, if you are a struggling business, not located in a low-income area, well, you're not exactly screwed. There are a few options for you, but they're not the best in the world. Presuming that you meet these requirements, you are going to be entitled to the full $10,000 EIDL grant, plus the full EIDL program loan. If you previously applied for the EIDL during the CARES Act and you did not get your full $10,000, it is now incumbent upon the SBA to contact you and provide you the entire $10,000 grant amount. If during the first CARES Act phase of EIDL they gave you a partial grant, they now owe you the remainder. For example, if they gave you $4,000 as a grant, now you're going to get $6,000. If they gave you nothing before, you get $10,000. And lastly, if they gave you the full $10,000 before, you get nothing extra now. To be clear, this is not an additional $10,000. It's just Congress telling the SBA that they wanted all small businesses that were eligible to get this program, they wanted them to get the full $10,000, not just part of it. There is also a new priority section of the EIDL program where they will prioritize specific businesses in the process. I presume this means that they will fast track you to the front of the line if you meet these requirements. If you do not meet these priority targets, from my reading, you're still eligible, you just have to wait in line and hope and pray there's still money left over. The priority for targeted EIDL program is as follows. During the 56 days beginning on the date of the enactment of this act, the administrator may approve a request for funding under this subsection only if the request is submitted by A, a covered entity located within a low-income community, B, a covered entity owned or controlled by a veteran or a member of the armed forces, or C, a covered entity owned or controlled by an economically disadvantaged individual or a socially disadvantaged individual. What exactly does this mean? Well, basically, during the first 56 days, if you want to be eligible and approved for the EIDL program, you must meet one of the following three requirements. Number one, you must be located within a low-income community. Number two, you must be a veteran or a current member of the armed forces. Or C, you must be an economically disadvantaged or socially disadvantaged individual. Now, from my reading, and remember, I'm not a lawyer, it looks like after the 56-day initial period, and presuming there's still money left over, businesses not located within the low-income communities may be able to receive funds. As soon as the SBA releases information on how to apply for EIDL, I will let you guys know. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you get the notification, and also make sure you comment down below with the hashtag TeamEIDL. That is one word, team, EIDL. And before I let you guys go, a quick public service announcement from my buddy Jason about the constant spammers on YouTube.
I am addicted to coffee, really good coffee. You need to do all this stuff. You guys know that I'm up until 4 o'clock in the morning answering over 1,000 comments per video. 1,000 comments, including spending at least an hour blocking those motherfuckers that tell you to go over to Instagram or Facebook or to text them that they can get you your $10,000. Once again, never under any circumstance whatsoever respond to those people. I spend, probably to the detriment of my own health, an hour a night, sometimes 2 hours a night, blocking dozens of them, reporting them. Has it slowed them down? Of course not. But I spend all that time doing that because I don't want you guys to get ripped off.
Like Jason said, do not contact these spammers that promise to fast track your SBA grants. They are scammers just looking to steal your banking information. Usually they give a contact information for Instagram account, or they will give a junk throwaway VoIP phone number that they can easily shut down whenever the cops start to investigate them. These guys are scammers, they're criminals, they're crooks, they're scumbags. Don't give them any of your information. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it, as do Bonnie and Clyde. Even though they're napping, I'm sure they appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.